studio the other half lives.
Have you ever been invited here before?
Oh, Danny, the Culberts don't invite. They summon. Mr. Cobb and Mr. Ledward to see Mrs. Culbert.
Very good, Mr. Cobb. I'll tell them.
This Cobb has a reputation for impertinence, Mother.
You mean he's a man, which seems to trouble both of you. For different reasons. Show him in, Edward. You're an impetuous young man, sir. Oh, yes, you're an American.
Christopher Cobb at your service, ma'am.
Edward, bring in the silver frame from the piano.
Yes, madam.
Allow me to present my head driver, Mr. Ledward.
Mr. Cobb, you've made good progress with your stage lines since you've been here. I understand Cobb and Company have several runs, even in the outback.
That's true. As a matter of fact, I had a letter from San Francisco this morning from my father. He tells me he just shipped 2 brand-new Concorde coaches to your very hospitable country.
Yes. Won't you sit down?
Thank you.
My son, Charles. My daughter, Edwina.
How do you do? Well, Mrs. Culbert, is your interest in freight service or passengers?
Neither.
It's a disappointment. We were hoping this concerned a contract to haul for your mines.
I called you here to discuss my son. My other son, Norton. I'm certain you've seen him. I believe they called him Teddy Bear.
Yes, I've met him. But wasn't his body found somewhere in the outback?
A body wearing Norton's clothes and carrying his papers was found and buried out there.
We keep getting rumors that Norton's still alive and living with natives in the Simpson Desert.
Which is patently impossible. Eating raw meat like an animal.
Is it possible, Mr. Cobb? Could a white man exist out there all these years?
Mrs. Culbert, I've found that we humans can endure almost anything, if we have sufficient reason.
If it's gold, you mean, that's not it. Teddy Bear.
Well, anyway, why me? You can certainly afford the best hunters in the country.
Name one with 40 stage drivers bringing him information. What is your price, Mr. Cobb?
Mrs. Culbert, I'm a businessman. My personal services are not for hire.
Oh, not even for a mother?
Madam, if that were your real reason, you'd have 1,000 men out beating the bush right now.
Shall we call it business, then? Find out the truth about this man. Bring him back to me if you can, and let me see him. And you can write that contract to haul for my mines.
I'll have my solicitor prepare an agreement. Good day.
Oh, I don't give information for nothing, Cobb. Am I counted in on it?
Mr. Kelly, you'll get exactly what you're worth. Nothing more, nothing less.
Aboriginal brought these courts in about a year ago. Wanted some quinine for it.
Well, these natives don't get malaria.
Oh, that's why I looked outside. There's a whole bunch of them waiting out there. One of them had the shakes.
Was he white?
Well, how would I know? Burnt by the sun, covered in ochre dust. They scattered when they saw me coming.
It could be Teddy Bear Norton.
Who knows?
Did you get anything from the one that brought in the quartz?
Ah, you can flay the hide off these people. I couldn't get him to talk.
I'm sure you tried.
They're hardly human. Look, that's gold in that rock. Those devils have got a whole ridge of it out there in the desert somewhere.
It's Dutchman's Reef.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, I've been out there a dozen times, but I couldn't find it.
And no doubt left a trail of warm friendship behind you.
You a missionary or something? Look, Cobb. I want what's coming to me.
I hope you get it.
I got some extra canteens. Water holes start drying up this time of the year.
Good idea.
hope we haven't been riding in circles.
Well, this compass has kept us straight so far.
Do you think Madame Colbert knows about this Dutchman's Reef story?
Mm-hmm. I think that's exactly why Norton Culbert was sent out here, to look for it under her orders. He wasn't like any of the rest of his family. Teddy Bear Norton, they called him. Fat little man who wanted to be a musician. Wore fancy velvet pants.
Some men I knew joked about him a lot.
Well, I remember I got him out of a kind of a tight spot one time. I felt sorry for him. He wanted to be liked so badly, but there just wasn't any place he could fit in.
You figure he could be actually out here somewhere?
No, and I doubt if the Culberts really think so. They're hoping the story about a white man is true, but they wouldn't care who he was as long as he could lead them to Dutchman's Reef.
How could he do that?
Well, to exist in this country, a white man would have to know the terrain like a native. In fact, he'd have to live with them in order to have waterhole rights, which would mean he's certain to know where Dutchman's Reef is.
Chris, look!
How do you feel?
Thirsty. You know, I can't figure it. Aborigines never act like this.
I think maybe I found the answer. Come here. You see these footprints?
Yeah.
Well, notice how on most of them the big toe is extended, kind of points away from the rest. Now look at this one. Toe is underdeveloped, parallel. Could be a white man's foot.
Could be. Looks as if he's part of the whole tribe.
Yeah, well, I think I spotted their water hole about an hour's trek in that direction.
The tribal hole's taboo for whites.
That's the one thing they're certain to fight us over.
The white man. If there is one, he might see it our way.
Well, if he doesn't, we're in trouble. Look. Come on. I thought it'd be this way.
That one. He's white, all right. But that's not Teddy Bear Norton.
I don't know. There's something about that face. Men are adaptable. They change. Life like this could make even Teddy Bear look like a man. Anyway, it's worth a try. I'm Christopher Cobb. You remember me, Norton?
No go, Chris. He's not our man. Let's try the tribe. No bad fella me, no bad fella you. This place belong to you, yes. But we need water. Savvy you that? Let's take a chance.
No, not yet, not yet. Your mother sent us, Norton. Does that make any difference to you? Look, we were sent here to find you, to bring you back. If you don't want to leave, that's fine with me. Just give us water and we'll go.
No go talk, you go.
We've got to have water. Now, you do what you like, but I think you savvy police even out here.
You take water? 3 spears.
You lost me.
He said that if we drink the water, then the white man has the privilege to kill us. And he has 3 spears to do it with. That's a tribal custom.
Well, it's an unfortunate custom, but since we've got to have water... Now, you notice I'm ordering him to drink.
Hey, hold on, I'm winning, and I...
Yeah, I'm pulling rank on you. Him servant boy. Him belong me. You savvy?
If I belong you so blasted much, let me...
Chris, look out! Hey, I don't like this custom at all.
The servant boy's resigning, mister.
You'll only make it worse, Dan. Teddy Bear's a real bear now.
He threw at your back.
Our games have their own rules, white man.
You don't happen to have an extra copy handy, do you?
I'm replacing him. He's new here, and I know this game.
Keep out, white man, or I claim extra spears on your friend.
You'll only cut down my chances, Dan.
Tell you one thing, Jocko. You get him, and I'll get you.
I've learned to pick off a roo at 30 yards, white man, and you can't jump near as high.
Norton, I was willing to forget I saw you. I was willing to leave here, but...
You think my family really wants me? You think I want them? Haven't you heard about us? We can run an animal for days. I can hear you breathing from here. You're getting tired already.
Teddy bear! Teddy bear, Norton! I'll kill you for that. Teddy bear! Don't call me that! It's not my name anymore!
All right, then call me by my name.
Cobb! Christopher Cobb!
You've really forgotten, haven't you, Norton? That night in the saloon in Sofala. Remember drunken miners baiting a pudgy little man? Stupid people. Badgering someone because he was different. You remember what they were planning to do to you, Norton?
You were one of them!
Was I? You remember the man who made a path through the crowd and took you outside?
You should have kept moving.
Your third spear.
I remember you now.
I'm glad you do.
You can drink now.
How long were you lost?
I stumbled across these people the first day. Then for 3 days we went without food. That's the way things go out here. They sleep wherever the night catches them, bare on the open ground. When it rains, you sit and shiver. On the hunt, you go for days without water. There were times, Cobb, when I tried to die.
They could have guided you back to civilization.
I died every day back there. Slowly, I began to like it here. Life is very simple. We share everything. Without that, nobody lives.
Well, it certainly has agreed with you. Your mother'd never recognize you now.
Especially with these totem scars that they give you when the tribe accepts you as a man. You know, I'm really proud of them. I wonder if you can understand that.
Yes, I think I can.
You know how they initiate a man out here? With a knife.
Chris! Dutchman's Reef! Loaded with gold.
Gold and smoky quartz?
Yes. And it's the first time it's ever been found in smoky quartz.
Dozens of prospectors could have stumbled across this without realizing it.
And the few who did died.
Chris, with the gold that's here, you could buy 100 stagecoaches. You could build the greatest...
Nothing you could buy would make my people any happier. Money never made my mother happy, Mr. Cobb. My cousin will guide you back.
That's all right. I think we can find our way with a compass.
May I see that, please?
Sure.
A very useful instrument.
If you like, I'll send one back with your cousin.
I think I'd prefer to keep this one.
I see. So we go home by a long and twisting route without ever fixing the location of the gold.
agreed to bring you the truth about your son, Mrs. Kilbert. Nothing more. Will Cobb and Company still get the mine contract?
I made a bargain.
No questions asked?
I agreed.
This is ridiculous, Mother.
Of course, Norton's dead.
I'm afraid they're pleased. You see, they inherit his share.
Would you be pleased, too?
What a ridiculous question. I want all my family about me.
Well, Mrs. Kilbert, I'm afraid you'll have to accept the fact that Teddy Bear is dead.
I'm an old woman. When you've got to die, you want to leave something behind you. But at my time of life, you've learned to make do. What about Dutchman's Reef? Find any trace of that?
So it was just the gold after all.
You're not here to preach, Mr. Cobb. I asked you a simple question.
And our agreement was no questions asked. But I think you'd better consider Dutchman's Reef dead, too. My condolences.